Hello class, Mr. Stone here. The problem I found online today, it's a pretty neat one. It's actually, the diagram shows a toy boat. I kind of like boats. They tell you all kinds of things about the boat, okay? And what they're saying is that the boat ABC and PQR, the two seals of that boat, are similar, okay? So they want you to calculate, okay, what PQ is and then what BC is, okay? So what I put above, I put proportions and ratios, okay? On this tells you that each corresponding leg on a similar type figure, see, this is the key word, the similar figure. See it in there? Similar figure, okay? And then similar, okay? They're both here. What that does, it tells you that each leg is of similar dimension to the other one, because these are really just shrunk down. They took the triangle and they shrunk it down, or they expanded it, one or the other, okay? But they stayed the same ratios, okay? That's the key, okay? So that means if you just set up a formula with ratios, okay, just like they did up here, see how they have 4, 6 equals 8, 12, okay? So we just have to take the ones we know, which is, I'll just use the 11 first, see the 11, okay, and the 16, okay? These are two legs that are very similar, okay? So I'm going to take them, okay, and I'll write that. I'll write 11 over 16.5. 16.5. Now, it's a hypothesis that we're missing, okay? So now we can write PQ, okay, which is the one that's missing, over 19.5. See, these are all similar. 19.5. So they're similar. So I just write that. Okay, so now what we do, we just want to multiply across like this. Just like that. Okay, so what do we get here? Let's see. We multiply. We get 16.5 PQ equals 214.5. But now we got to get the PQ by itself. So what do we do here? We divide each side by the 16.5. What we do to one side, we got to do the other side. So now this crosses out, and that divided by that, PQ equals 13. And that's my answer to show the teacher. Hey, and that was all there was to it. Hey, that's relatively easy, huh? Okay, so we get that solved, okay? So we did the first one, PQ. Okay, now we got to do BC. Okay, BC. Okay, they're looking for one of the legs that they didn't give us the leg of either side, so we can't do the same proportion type problem. Okay, so what we have to do here, we have to do the Pythagorean Theorem that's up the top there. Okay, that tells you that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, and hey, we know on this triangle here, okay, they want to know the left-hand triangle. We know what two of the legs are. Well, we know what the hypothesis is and one of the legs. So we're looking for the other leg. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, we just set it up like this. We set it up a square. I'm going to just write a square plus b square equals c square. So hey, let's fill in the blanks. Okay, so we wrote the formula down. We can be looking at the whole time we're trying to solve this. Okay, so we take the hypothesis is 19.5 square, correct? Okay, so we'll just fill in the blanks, A, B, and C. Okay, so now we fill in, we'll call the 16.5 square equals, but now we have, I'll call it x squared. because we don't know that value, okay? We don't know the x squared. We're missing one of the legs, okay? So we're going to solve for that. So we take the trusty calculator out, okay? We got 16.5 square is 272.25. So we know x squared plus 275 equals, now what's this one? This is 380.25 with the calculator. 0.25. Okay, so we know that. So hey, but we still want to now get the x by itself. Okay, so how do we do that? We subtract the 272 from both sides. So what we do to this side, 272.25 equals, and we do the same to this side, 272.25. What do we get this? This comes down to 108 equals x squared. So hey, we still got to get the x by itself. So how do we do that? We take the square root. What's the opposite of x squared? It's a square root. Okay, so we take, I'm just going to write it again, x squared equals 108. So we do the square root of this and the square root of this. These two cross each other out, so we get x equals 10.39. We took the calculator. I did that with that too. 10.39. Square that off. That's my answer. So my two answers on this thing is the PQ equals 13 and x equals 10.39. And I solved them both. Okay, so hey, circle that and we say, hey, we solved everything. Okay, but you see how you did this? And by using the similar properties, we can do a proportion. By using the Pythagorean Theorem, we can actually solve for the missing side, okay, which is the leg of it, okay, because we have the two of them values, okay. We could have done that even for the other one, and we would have started with one value, and we could have found the second value, and then we could have found the third value, okay. So hey, just knowing these few little formulas and how these ratios work, we can solve a lot of things, okay? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Show this to any students, you know, because they're going to see similar type triangle type problems, okay? And maybe they'll say, oh, yeah, I remember how Mr. Stone did this. It was relatively easy, okay? And they'll get this right and they'll get a better grade, and that's what it's all about. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.